Both teams this week are coming off of a win after falling early in the year. The winner this week will be at a 50% win rate, increasing their chances of making the playoffs. Who will continue their win streak, and who will need to go back into the lab? Hello, UNI Panther fans and Rocket League fans alike. Welcome to Week 4 of the PCL East Division B regular season, where your 1 and 2 UNI University of Northern Iowa Panthers from Cedar Falls, Iowa, will play in a best of 5 against the 1 and 2 Howard University Bison from Washington, D.C. Igneous is in production. My name is Hunter. Thank you for tagging along with us on your Tuesday night. Tonight's starters for UNI is going to be TJ Bikes and Jase, while Howard will have J-Wiz, Mardecimo, and Urimir. And already off of a clean initial kickoff, UNI going to be in the orange, Howard going to be in the blue. We'll already start and try to get some offense going here as the shot just misses from J-Wiz. And Urimir trying to get the follow-up, still trying to get the offensive ball. Pressured for Howard and this Bison squad. J-Wiz going to go ahead, try to get some transition offense going here as TJ will steal this away. He'll take it midfield. However, Urimir is going to go ahead, get that slide tackled out of the way. Coast to coast, but Jase with a demo and TJ with the clear. However, Mardecimo is going to go ahead, try and get it cleared, but a shot on goal is no good for Bikes. J-Wiz, the third man back, able to be credited with the save, and 1 minute already done and away in game one. And so far, it's been a nail-biter. Very good ball movement from both of these teams. Looking to see UNI continue with this pass play kind of offense that they have going on. Last week against Bearcats Pink, they had a lot of good passing. Looking to see them continue it here as the double back for UNI is going to be interrupted by Mardecimo. J-Wiz to intercept into the left-hand corner. And so far, we are still scoreless with 3:20 left to play, game one. Just as I say that, Jase, middle of the pitch, able to get this one in. Draws first for UNI, and just a really nice interception play there by J-Wiz on the pass. And even though Mardecimo had a full set of boost, wasn't able to react to that interception right in front of the goal. UNI leads it 1-0 as the shot from Mardecimo able to get it to go. And we are tied 1-1 with 3:10 left to play in game one. And UNI's Achilles heel has always been the transition offense. And of course, that initially looked like a clean kickoff. And just the way that UNI decides to be aggressive, they always, leave shots of opportunity early. Like we see here, a follow-up shot from the Bison. Mardecimo getting the missed shot off the left side of the bar. However, J-Wiz able to go ahead and send that one home. And Howard University will go ahead and take the lead 2-1. 3 minutes left to play in game one. And I was talking earlier with the coach of UNI, Brewer Dog, and he was talking about why Jase, the freshman, interrupt that story for a nice little right-handed goal here for TJ. Of course, a little tap by Bikes. And again, UNI doing a great job with these pass plays, something that they really need to lean on as it is tied 2-2 with 2:47 left to play. Off the initial kickoff, clean for UNI, just off the crossbar, and again, off the crossbar again, J-Wiz able to get this one saved. However, the follow-up from Jase would have been money. But TJ, he's gonna have to take it right to left. That's gonna be intercepted by Howard U, and the shot is good for J-Wiz on a interrupted pass play from UNI. able to go ahead and get this one in. Double commit there, even, for UNI. And just like that, points aplenty. Howard University leads at 3-2 with 2:30 left to play. Kickoff's clean. Jase trying to get some offense going here for UNI. So, like I was saying, Jase, the reason why he is using the Cybertruck is because he gets a lot more feel for the aerial mechanics. He's more familiar with the Cybertruck. As this one goes off the top of the crossbar, TJ with no boost had it right there in the middle of the pitch, couldn't quite do anything with it, so he defers it back to Bikes. And Jase, with this familiarity of this Cybertruck, looking to continue to kind of be this front man that UNI is looking for. But a big save by Bikes, center of the pitch, and that's going to be a double commit from Howard U. Mardesimo tries to set it up, passes it over to Ymir. Awkward 50, lands just left of the goal, and Ymir off the ceiling. Tries to get a pinch down, center of pitch, ends up in the hands of Jwiz. Bikes, though, able to go ahead, try to nudge it out. Jwiz tries to pass it over, and a missed opportunity there for Mardesimo. However, Ymir able to get the follow-up here, and kind of that third man back, able to capitalize on UNI's slow reaction. Of course, Jase not able to react to that center of the pitch shot. And just like that, the deficit grows to 2 for UNI, 4-2 with Howard U on top. And with 1:05 left to play, UNI gonna try to make something out of nothing. If they can, be more aggressive, even though it's really cost them here. I still feel like if you get your pass plays, get those center of the pitch plays that you tend to like, that would be much more preferable here. But center of the pitch, as the ball makes the motion left to right here, Mardesimo is going to go ahead and get this one to go, and no UNI defender there to defend it. UNI caught out in the middle. Kickoff's clean. Bikes unable to get this one, and Jase able to go ahead and get that save. Almost rolled in there off an awkward bounce, and with 30 seconds left, UNI looking at a 3-goal deficit. Bikes goes ahead, tries to get a shot on goal. However, Mardesimo able to get the save. 2 defenders there for the Bison. And the Panthers might have to start going back to the drawing board here, as that ball just goes left of the goal. TJ trying to apply some pressure here, but it will be for naught, as the ball will go ahead and get bounced around a little extra here in the extra time. And with that nose down, Howard University will go ahead and take game 1. And just a really good offensive play here, taking what the defense has given them. Of course, Mardesimo here, 66% efficiency from the field, 2 goals, 3 assists, and a save. Really great job kind of being that utility man here. Of course, Jwiz with a goal and an assist as well. And Ymir with a goal and an assist. So really great job from this Bison team, getting some pass plays and making things kind of work, where UNI looking to be aggressive and maybe just a little bit too aggressive. I noticed last week against the win against Bearcats Pink, the games that they did lose, it was because they were too aggressive, they were out of rotation, and exact same situation that we're seeing here, right here on your screen. They're taking what they're giving up. And they taking being Howard U, those giving being UNI. As we go into a quick game 2, hopefully UNI can go ahead and tie up the series 1-1. Kickoff's clean. TJ going to go ahead and apply this pressure for the Panthers. That's going to be intercepted by Mardecimo. And Bikes going to try work middle of the field. Rotations out for UNI. TJ will go ahead, work from the right-hand side. Tries to double back, misses his own shot. And the follow-up from Bikes is right there, just off the left side of the crossbar. And Jase, again, off the crossbar, can't get that to follow up. In the corner, shot is no good. And these are the opportunities that UNI is missing. Bikes off the right side, that's no good. Follow up again, floater in the corner, sends it home for TJ. And just juggling the defense of this Bison squad. Really excellent job here. No boost, double commit. Thank you, sir. I'll have one to start. And with 4:20 left to play, Howard U looking to come back strong. They answer very quickly, especially in these transition sets, as Jase will go ahead, get the interception. Bikes with a deep ball, and it's good for Bikes from downtown. Nice little bump pass here from Jase, and Bikes from the center of the pitch on the left-hand side. 2-0 now for UNI. 4:07 left to play in game 2. And just like that, in less than 2 seconds, Howard U will go ahead and get the answer off the initial kickoff, and just a really clean kickoff for Ymir here. Jase, who's going to get a full set of boost, caught out in the open there, and just a little nudge left, able to get this one in. As Mardecimo will go ahead, try to get the double back shot, barely passes in front of the goal line, and UNI saving their teeth here. However, Jase able to go ahead, take it coast to coast, makes one defender miss. Nice demolition from UNI to secure the 3v2. And just like that, UNI back up 2. 3:53 left to play in game 2. Mardecimo off the initial kickoff could be dangerous, and TJ able to go ahead and get that one saved. So again, these kickoffs from UNI haven't been as clean as what we've seen in the past, as TJ's going to go ahead and get a demo there. Jase in the corner is going to rattle that one down, as the shot from J-Wiz in the corner is no good. And again, these transition offenses that UNI has been trying to combat all season long, still looking for some answers here. 50 ball over to Mardecimo. He's going to go ahead and defer to J-Wiz. Tries to make one defender miss from UNI. TJ able to get the emergency clear. As Mardecimo will go ahead, set it up right-hand side. Jase takes it away. TJ with full set of boosts will go ahead, take it across the timeline. Mardecimo, though, able to get the demo on Jase. We really want to see these demos come out for both of these teams to kind of interrupt this pass play and kind of rotation that both of these teams seem to be really excelling at. Bike's able to go ahead, pass it to Jase. He'll take it across the timeline. He'll try and pinch it out. Roll it around as Bikes will get into awkward 50. That's going to be in favor of J-Wiz and the Bison. However, that's going to be interrupted by Jase. And UNI going to go ahead and let Ymir take this across the timeline. Bikes doing some aerials, takes it mid-pitch, trying to nose it in on the right-hand corner. And no can do. And again, it comes back to the familiarity that Jase has with the Cybertruck is the reason why he's using this. Of course, Coach Brewer Dog is totally comfortable with him not playing a Finnick or an Octane, which, you know, maybe get him out of the bad habits. However, you can see on your screen, the aerials there and the mechanics there are good for Jase in that Cybertruck, as he will go ahead, get it center of the pitch. Very nice bounce play off the wall. And that's exactly what UNI needs to continue to do. On that offensive play, all three members of UNI touched the ball, and that was able to get another goal for UNI. 4-1 is the score, with UNI on top with 1:30 left to play. TJ able to go ahead and get another save in, and this Howard U team really trying to look for answers here, and in quick succession too, as the window is slowly closing. Shot's no good as Jose will be credited with the save. And Jose again, this time from the left-hand side up top with the aerials. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Use that Cybertruck. Just dots it right into the corner. Excellent job for the freshman. Initial kickoff. This time it's going to be clean for UNI. Jose able to get the intercept. However, Mardissimo will go ahead and pop it right into the corner with 1 minute left to play. UNI taking advantage of these pass play rotations that they do so well at. But just like that, Mardissimo and the Bison get their answer. 49 seconds left to play. Still trying to combat a 3-goal deficit for this Howard U team. And UNI really is going to have to guard against these initial kickoffs that Howard U seems to be taking advantage of. Bikes. Oh, and just missed a shot there for Jose. Tried to get the double back, however, went a little bit too hard off the top of the crossbar. And here comes J-Wiz and the Bison crew. There it is. A goal for Howard, and the deficit is slowly closing. Now 33 seconds on the clock. And Urimir gonna go ahead, get that one, hit center mass. Again, you have to guard against these defenses, guard against these offensive transitions that Howard U seems to be taking advantage of. But UNI has to play their game. They have to hit the rotates, as J-Wiz will go ahead and get the demo. Bike's able to go ahead and get the clear. And with 10 seconds left to play, UNI nosing down the ball, and it looks like game 2 is going to be in favor of the Panthers. So a really excellent job from the Cats, able to go ahead and, start out aggressive and start off early. Of course, there are 7 shots on goal. You get the hat trick for the freshman. Excellent job by Jose, kind of showcasing his skills in that Cybertruck. As TJ will go ahead, get a goal and an assist. Bikes with 1 goal and 1 save. Of course, Ymir, the person to be reckoned with on this team for the second game. 1 goal, 1 assist. And J-Wiz able to go ahead and get an assist there as well. So for those of you interested in supporting Panther Esports, just type !merch. That'll take you to our Guardian Pro Line store, where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, and a fully customizable jersey starting at just $50. You can rep your favorite esports player for half the cost of a professional jersey. With the holidays right around the corner, now is the time to get a gift for the gamer in your life. Show your Panther pride and support the club by grabbing some merch today. So UNI gonna be coming out tied in the series, 1-1. Again, we saw this last week against Bearcats Pink, where it was a win-loss, and eventually UNI won when the rubber match was needed the most. And hopefully they can continue with these pass play center shots that they've been kind of excelling at. I wish that they had kind of like a playbook where you just call the playbook and they run that play and they go ahead and get the score, kind of like just a regular old like NFL offense. Because I feel like it's those crisp plays that they're making are the ones that are actually going in. And here we go, start of game 3, and kickoff's clean. UNI with the offensive pressure. J-Wiz is going to be the first one credited with the save. But Jose, right there, able to go ahead and nose it in. And just a nice pass back play. Catch the Bison off guard, out of rotation. You were thinking that maybe he was clearing out the ball. However, he was not. And Jase able to go ahead, hammer it in from the right-hand side. And Jase again, able to get this one to go, this time from the assist with Bikes. And just a really nice pass play that this UNI offense is able to bring. Again, TJ sort of kind of being the third man back if necessary. He's the one who has, in my opinion, the strongest mechanics, able to kind of read the ball a whole lot better. So him being the third man back in kind of these very dangerous transition situations, exactly what you want to see. But letting the freshman showcase. As Jase will go ahead, take across the timeline. 2 demos come out now for Howard U. Jase and Bikes both go down. And missed opportunity shot there for Howard U. You could have had that one on a silver platter. Nice little waterfall motion, centered it up. However, mistimed the shot and the ball just bounced right in front of the goal. Unfortunate as TJ, he's got one defender. Awkward 50, sets up the double back. J-Wiz tries to get the clear. Nice pass from UNI with the shot, but Ymir was ready for it. And J-Wiz able to go ahead and get that save now. So strong defense from Howard U. However, these kind of pass plays that UNI has been doing really good, as this one able to get it to go. Jase from what looked to be a really solid save from Mardesimo. However, dots it in the right-hand corner. And UNI up 3-0 with 3:30 left to play in game 3. Just, I feel like this time UNI doesn't play as kind of sheepish as we've seen in the past, especially when they get down early, when they're not hitting their shots or mistiming stuff. As Jase able to get this one in again. That's 4. He hit the hat trick a little bit earlier, and I believe he's shooting 100% efficiency from the pitch. Excellent job from Jase. And that's all thanks to both Bikes and TJ, who are feeding him the ball on these offensive transition kind of plays. They're setting up the offense for Jase to shine. Really excellent job so far from this UNI team. Howard U, though, can crawl themselves out of this deficit as Mardesimo able to give himself a little double back. Going coast to coast here for himself. Would really love to see if Jase can go ahead and get 5 goals. Keep the offensive momentum going. When you feel good, you play good, and I feel like Jase is right in the zone right here. TJ gonna take it from his own goal. That's gonna be pinched out by J-Wiz. He'll go ahead, do a flip reset. Try to work it into the right-hand corner. Passes over the middle of the pitch. That works left to right. No follow-up from the Bison. UNI back on offense. TJ full set of boost. Tries to nose it in. Sets it up for Jase. He can't hit the reset. And the clear comes out from Howard U. Awkward 50 off the ceiling. Jase, though, gonna have to defer it. Urimir. Go ahead, defer to Mardesimo. Mardesimo to J-Wiz. J-Wiz gets demoed off the top of the crossbar. Bikes credited with the save. So far, the tempo has slowed down for both of these teams. And with less than 2 minutes to play, it's almost like you kind of want to take a deep breath, as we are still maybe thinking about pushing the game forward. Decimo going to go ahead, take it from his own goal. That's going to be intercepted by a UNI defenseman. Bikes doing some aerials off the ceiling, misses the flip reset, has no boost to spare. Urimir makes one defender miss. TJ able to go ahead, get that save. Third man back this series. Really like to see his defensive acquiescence That's a big word. That we haven't seen in the past. Normally we see him as sort of kind of a wing, as that offensive pressure, usually Pikes is the third man back. Love to see how they're switching it up here this year. PlayVS, go ahead, defer to Urimir. Urimir will take it across the timeline. That's going to be cleared out by Jase. But Jwiz now with full set of boosts, going to try and take some aerials, set up the mid shot. Bikes, misses. Mardissimo tries to nose it in, and TJ right there for the save. And I believe TJ, last time against Bearcats Pink in one game, able to accumulate 4 saves. But this time, TJ showing his offensive prowess. And a nice little bump pass here from Jase. So UNI just kind of passing the plays, calling their shots, and to what I think accumulates to great communication that this UNI team is performing at the highest level right now. Initial kickoff's clean. Jase going to take it middle of the pitch, use some aerials. Mardissimo going to go ahead, defer it to Urimir. Urimir to Jwiz. Nice little pass. However, with 5 seconds left to go and a 4-goal deficit, Howard Jew is going to have to go back to the drawing board. As no, almost a garbage time goal there. However, it noses right down in front of the goal, and UNI will go ahead and take game 3, 5-1, off the back of the freshman, Jase. Of course, Mardissimo, the only one to be credited with a goal. From the 5 goals that we saw in game 1 from this Howard U offense, I wonder if maybe they're just getting a little bit frustrated. Maybe they need to probably think more about their defensive rotations here. And we will see if they will come back and answer like they always do. This time, can they answer in game 4? So Panther fans, if you want to stay connected to Panther Esports, just type !socials. You will get access to all our socials. Catch game times and scores on X, hang out with players and fans on Discord, or relive your favorite moments through our YouTube VODs. Don't miss out and stay up to date with Panther Esports on and off stream. Also, for those of you keeping tabs from our main channel, League of Legends unfortunately falls in a 2-0 loss to UNC-CH. Hopefully look for them to bounce back in the future. And look for their first win of the season. However, UNI trying to go 50% here as Urimir will go ahead, get the save. As UNI currently leads the series 2-1. And again, with this pass offense that UNI does so well, looking to see if they can continue that. And also what I would love to see UNI continue is their goals within the first minute. I wish that I had a more robust statistics system, because I almost guarantee you that over 50 matches, 50%, maybe 60% of the matches that UNI wins, it's actually a goal that they score first in the first minute. So maybe that's something worth noting for future games. Shot is good. Mardissimo from center pitch, able to go ahead and draw first for Howard for the first time this series. A nice little pass by Urimir. So again, UNI trying not to force the hand to a game 5. And Urimir go ahead ahead, try and pinch it in. Clean kickoff for both teams. Mardissimo credited with the save. He'll go ahead, pinch it in. 50. Urimir takes across the timeline. He'll go ahead, set it up for Mardissimo, but he's just left of the bar and the goal post. Not able to get it to go. TJ, go ahead with the shot, but Urimir right there for the save. Really excellent play picked up by the Bison. Mardissimo, he'll work it right to left, full speed ahead. He'll go ahead, get that 50, nose into a corner, awkward. Urimir, though, takes it across the timeline. Bikes, able to go ahead, clean it out. TJ pinching it in. Awkward 50. Mardissimo able to go ahead and handle this as Urimir's going to still set a boost. Offense setting up. Shot just off. And a really nice, even though it's not crediting TJ, really nice little save there by TJ. TJ again setting it back, able to go ahead, get this one saved. Third man back, used to be the offensive guru back when Tonkin was on the team. However, being a defensive specialist here today for this new rendition of this team this year. Ball floats right in front of UNI's goal. Able to get this one cleared out. Mardissimo steals the boost away from TJ. Flip reset, tries to pinch it in. Is almost had it there, but Urimir with a full set of boost, able to go ahead and get the save. A missed opportunity from UNI as Howard Yu was almost caught sleeping. Urimir, though, with the follow-up and the shot. No UNI defender there. And J-Wiz will go ahead and get this one hammered in as the Bison will lead it 2-0 with 1:55 left to play in Game 4. Kickoff's clean. TJ gonna go ahead, try set something up offensively for UNI. Jase, the big 4-goal leader from Game 3, been quiet this game. Would really like to see if something can come here from the offense of Jase. However, he hasn't been able to have as much boost as maybe he would like to. He does have a full set of boost here. Able to go ahead and nose this one away, and it's a fast break. However, that's bumped out of the way, and just a little bit more boost and a little bit more speed, and maybe Jase had a breakaway shot. Shot for Bikes is good, just right of the pitch, and a nice little bump pass here from TJ, able to make Urimir miss, and Mardissimo not quite ready for that one. And with 1:11 left to play, UNI down by 1. Gonna look for some quick offense here. Urimir, though, able to get the demo. Haven't seen much demos this time around as J-Wiz makes Jase miss. TJ able to follow it up. Mardissimo trying to set it up for Urimir. He'll go ahead, do some aerials. He's going to be intercepted by Bikes. Jase will go ahead. Nice little pass back play over to TJ. Shot just right of the goal. Follow up from Jase in the corners, no good. And a missed opportunity again for UNI. Jase, though, able to try to get the follow-up. Flip reset, hammer it home for TJ, and we're tied. 31 seconds left to play in Game 4. The unrelenting pressure that UNI is so good at in these late game scenarios, and TJ, clutch, as always. Able to apply that pressure here. Bikes with the demo, shot, double back floater off the top of the crossbars, no good. And UNI trying to put their pedal to the metal here with 15 seconds left to go, and we might go into an overtime Game 4. Mardissimo passes to J-Wiz. Ball intercepted by Jase as J-Wiz was going to look to hammer it home. Mardissimo has 2 defenders, 50. TJ credited with the score. Ball still up in the air, and it goes into overtime off the top of the crossbar. And a saving grace opportunity here for UNI. Kickoff is clean. Bikes with the demo on J-Wiz. Bikes able to take the floater shot from Jase. Big save by J-Wiz as that looked like it was going to hammer it home. He'll try to take it coast to coast. He demos Bikes. Yurimir have to get into his own corner. And this ball going to work right to left. UNI trying to get their second victory on the year. However, Howard Duke trying to extend it to game 5. Nice little joust at the top of the crossbar. That's going to be a credited save for Jase. Boost stolen away by Mardissimo. UNI, TJ, 50. Right there with J-Wiz. UNI is going to have to go ahead and get this one reset as they're going to go ahead and get some boost. Jase makes one defender miss, makes another defender miss. And Bikes able to go ahead, get this one cleared center of the pitch. J-Wiz trying to get some offensive pressure going here on the transition for the Bison. Bikes pinches it out, full sets of boost for Mardissimo. That's stolen away by Jase. TJ gonna have to work back in his own rotation. Bikes gonna miss the flip reset here. Capitalize opportunity potentially for Yurimir. Can't. Mardissimo doubles back, has Bikes and a defender. Double commit from UNI. Yurimir looks to set it up. Nice little pinch down by Jase. J-Wiz, top of the crossbar, no good. And the hammer home from Mardissimo is no good. UNI skating away with another missed opportunity by the Bison. We're already 150 plus in overtime. Would really like to see another demo come out from UNI here. DJ. Awkward 50, kind of wins that, sets it up for Bikes. Bikes with the shot, and it's good! Bikes able to go ahead and get this one to go, and it's the classic from last year. TJ Bikes, Bikes to TJ. Nice little dot right in the goal. And UNI will go ahead and take the victory 3-2. And Bikes coming in clutch. Again, these roles kind of shift for all of these players. Normally, TJ is the one who comes in clutch. This time it's Bikes in overtime. Very excellent job for this UNI squad. Almost gave me a heart attack there in the end. However, they would go ahead and defeat Howard University 3-1 this series. Therefore, UNI is going to improve to 2-2, while Howard University will go down to 1-3. Looking around the East B division, UC Bearcats won their game today against Bearcats Pink. They will go 4-0. RMU, Robert Morris will be playing their game here shortly. And an interesting note, Benedictine University Lisle will go ahead and get the default forfeit win against the Maryland Terps. So East B is looking pretty precarious for a potential UNI sneaking it into playoffs as we sort kind of round home for the next 3 weeks of UNI Rocket League. Next week, UNI will go ahead and play against Benedictine University Lisle as they will go 1-2 because of the forfeit win that they received this week. And some final housekeeping things. Panther fans, UNI Esports needs your help. We are on a mission to raise $10,000 for 6 new PCs. Lots of gamers and students dream of being able to play and show off their skills in the best way possible. In order to do this, they need the proper gear. However, because of modern game requirements for PCs and associated gear, things tend to be more pricey, resulting in exclusivity. These new PCs could fix that exclusivity and bring these potential competitors and students the edge they need to perform at the highest capacity. If you are looking to help, go ahead, simply type !donate, get access to our Give Campus link, where every dollar counts. We thank you for your generous support. So, with that in mind, you and I will go ahead and prove to 2-2, and we will see you next week. For Igneous in production, my name is Hunter. Thank you for watching another exhilarating UNI Rocket League match. We'll see you next time. And like always, go Cats.